Emotional day in the nation's capital for the Kansas City Chiefs and the Washington Redskins. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Craig James. How do you assess today?
Well, real simple here. Which quarterback plays the best out here for Tony Banks and the Washington Redskins? How much of the offense can he get going? Can he hand it off? Can he throw the football? We'll find out.
It's the Chiefs and the Redskins coming up next on CBS.
Subway presents Fresh Starts. A look at those teams and players determined to turn heads this season. Subway, eat fresh. In Week 2, San Diego quarterback Doug Flutie passed for 353 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 32-21 victory over the Cowboys, as the Chargers doubled their win total from last season. Head coach Brian Billick's Ravens were upset 21-10 by a Bengals team that recorded 6 turnovers, including 3 interceptions of Baltimore quarterback Elvis Gerbach.
We're in Landover, Maryland at FedEx Field, the Chiefs and the Redskins. And before our kickoff, let's head downstairs to Beasley Reese.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. A very emotional pregame show here. And when the Washington Redskins take their helmets off, they will be wearing this hat. It remembers those who died at the Pentagon here in Washington, D.C., and it thanks all of those who gave money to help those families. Let's play some football. Back upstairs to you.
You got it. Thank you, Beasley. As the Redskins will set the kickoff, former Green Bay draft choice Brett Conway will take care of those chores at the 30-yard line, and the Chiefs deep back will send Dante Hall. And he is inside the 5 for Kansas City. 2 different kinds of meetings on Friday and Saturday with these 2 teams.
Yeah, you get the feeling with the Kansas City Chiefs, it's a team that's focused on this ball game. As for the Washington Redskins, it's a team focused on the next day. You know, what's going on.
The Chiefs and Redskins, and here we go from Maryland, a couple yards deep. Hall will take it out. As he zigzags the field, gets a couple blocks, and is brought down by David Terrell. He is near the 24, a return of 25. And the Kansas City Chiefs will take over with their quarterback, Trent Green, the last week against the Giants, 17 of 34, making his 3rd start for Kansas City.
They've thrown the ball 73% of the time, so that's a little misleading there in that, you know, the guys have to throw the ball a whole lot. Defenses have been expecting it.
From the 24, 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. At the bottom of your screen, that is Derek Alexander. The handoff goes outside to Tony Richardson, being chased, knocked out of bounds by Champ Bailey and by Stan Shade on a gain of 6, and they mark him to about the 30-yard line. Let's take a look at the Kansas City offense today. On the line, Tate, Spears, Wegman, Shields, and Victor Riley. Riley played well last week against Michael Strahan of the Giants. In the backfield, Priest, Holmes, and Tony Richardson. Chris Thomas takes the place of Minnis, who is injured. Alexander makes his return, and the incomparable Tony Gonzalez at the tight end. 2nd down and 4 from the 30. The pitch out to Holmes, a block from Tate, a block from Spears, and a tackle made at about the 35-yard line by Antonio Pierce. I think he's got the 1st down. A look at Bruce Smith, Hall of Famer to be, and on the defensive line with him today, Deloach and Wilkinson and Kennard Lang. Marco Coleman out, dislocated elbow, back in a couple of weeks. In the linebacking core for the Washington Redskins, Kevin Mitchell flanked by Barber and Pierce. LeVar Arrington injured, maybe back next week. And in the secondary, the cornerbacks Bailey and Smoot. The secondary with the safeties Terrell and Shade. It is a 1st down from the 35. Priest Holmes around the Wakeman block, slides his way up to the 40-yard line, brought down by Kennard Lang. It's a gain of 6, setting up 2nd down and 4 as you take a look at Dick Vermeil, who has never started a head coaching campaign. 0-3. He comes in today 0-2.
This is a different type of rebuilding program for him right now. He says he's got some players that are used to working hard. He doesn't feel like he's going to start 0-3, and he says today you'll see why. A lot of that has to do with his offensive line and how good they are.
2nd down 4. Tony Richardson enveloped and brought down about the 41-yard line by Bruce Smith, and again Kennard Lang. And much like Vermeil, Marty Schottenheimer, who coached in Kansas City 10 years, has also never started 0-2 and obviously 0-3.
A little different atmosphere, though, like we alluded to here a little while ago. I mean, this guy here is trying to convince his team that his work ethic and style is appropriate for the NFL and will be successful in the NFL. He's got some old dogs over there, though, that are hard to learn new tricks with.
Richardson is out. Holmes is in. 3rd and 3 from the Kansas City 41. Green. A block from Tate. Time for Green. The pass dropped by Derek Alexander, guarded by Champ Bailey at about the 45. So inactive a week ago, and not much doing against the Raiders week 1. Derek Alexander, who has not caught a pass this year, drops one right in his hands, which could have been good for a Kansas City first down, and they got a punt. And that brings in Dan Straczynski, who was brought in as a big-time free agent from Atlanta, but has not been all that great so far.
This isn't the guy they want to see this early in the game either. You know, one of the things Dick Vermeil said about Trent Green, he's got to get support. And that's what he was talking about. Players have to make the plays around him. Alexander has to make that catch to keep the series going.
Former Chief Kevin Lockett retrieves this Straczynski punt about the 19. Great special teams turn in by Kansas State rookie Monty Beisel. 40-yard punt, lost 2 on the return. Redskins get it for the first time with Tony Banks. Kevin Harlan, Craig James, Beasley Reese from the 17 after a Chiefs punt. The Redskins have it first down and 10 yards to go. With Tony Banks, let go by Dallas in the preseason, gobbled up by the Redskins, and starting today with Jeff George gone. And Stephen Davis on first and 10, busting 3 in the secondary and tumbling out to the 35. Brought down by Wesley and Donnie Edwards. And a big-time gain of 18 yards to start things, but he comes up hobbling on the tackle and after the run.
Oh, nice job by the vision of the backs here. They're going to push to the outside. He's going to read right here. These guys all move to the outside. As soon as he does, there's no backside pursuit. It opens up the running lane behind the nose tackle who'd come over to the other side. Davis has great vision. This is the one thing that they know on offense they can do. Hand the football off. Don't ask Tony Banks to do too much with his arm.
So they look at Davis. They bring in Kajana Carter. Yes, Kajana Carter is with the Redskins from the 35. First down and 10. And here is the aforementioned Carter. Slashing around. Brought down by Derek Ransom after a gain of 4. And out to about the 39-yard line as you take a look at Tony Banks. After he was cut from Dallas, it was Dick Vermeil, who originally drafted Banks in St. Louis, that called Schottenheimer and said, hey, you should take a look at Banks.
Yeah, I'm not so sure Marty's happy about that right now. Let's hold the dice here for a little bit here and wait and see.
There may have been more to that than just a call.
You think you were setting him up?
Second down and 6 from the 39 with the tight end Alexander in motion. And outside it goes to the rookie Rod Gardner, grabbed by Lou Bush, who would not let go and brought down at the 38-yard line. Now let's take a look at the Washington Redskins lineup. Their offensive line with Samuels, Dave Zahn, an ex-Kansas City Chief, Corey Raymer, Matt Campbell, and John Jansen from the University of Michigan. Davis is out. They've got Kajana Carter in his place. Donnell Bennett is the fullback. Westbrook and Gardner are the wide receivers, good-looking wide receivers, and an all-pro a season ago, tight end Steven Alexander. So it's third down and 7. Redskins at their own 38-yard line. Kevin Lockett is on the move as Tony Banks gets the Raymer snap. A good block by John Jansen. A first down pass to Kevin Lockett. He's out to the 50-yard line. Guarded on the play by Woods. And Craig James, he picks up 12 on third down and 7. The Kansas City defense, Hicks, Browning, Ransom, Dwayne Clemens on the defensive line. Linebackers, all good ones, especially Donnie Edwards with Marv Kispatton, who used to play for the Redskins, and Lou Bush, the ex-San Diego Charger. Hard-hitting safeties in Woods and Wesley. The corners, Crockett and Eric Warfield, who has 2 interceptions in 2 games for the Kansas City Chiefs. Some breathing space for Banks. Midfield, first down and 10. Walter Rasby, the tight end, is on the move. Handoff goes to Carter once again, brought down by Dwayne Clemens. That's a loss of 1 on the play. Still no word on Stephen Davis. Still on the sideline and still being looked at by the Redskin trainers.
One of the things that the Redskins really hope to avoid, second and long, third and long, because there's going to be a lot of confusion and adjustments made on the defense, really trying to impact what Tony Banks does at the line of scrimmage. His pre-snap reads are going to be a lot more challenging today than he's ever had because he just doesn't understand the playbook.
From the 49, second down and 11 outside. Oh, and a great catch made by Michael Westbrook for that first time. Quick slant down to the 37, gain of 14 yards, and Tony Banks was right on the money.
Michael Westbrook, a really big body, comes in, is going to drive hard to the inside. His hands get him open. Ray Crockett's just not as big as Westbrook, can't deal with the physical strength of that. And this is a simple pass play. Come up, 1, 2, 3, drive back to the inside, and it's a timing step drop back by the quarterback. Those are the things that Tony Banks can handle.
Janelle Bennett is now the running back. Banks has moved him on the 7th play of this drive to the Kansas City 37. Chiefs punted the first time they had the ball. Hand off to Carter, make it to Janelle Bennett, who slips his way down to the 32-yard line, gains 4. Janelle Bennett led the Chiefs in rushing for a couple years. He was a second-round pick back in 1994. As Stephen Davis comes back in the game for the Washington Redskins.
They like that left side. Chris Samuels over their left tackle, really opening things up. Dave Zott, they right now have the Chiefs defense overreacting. They need to be more concerned with the discipline of staying at home right now.
Inside the 33, second down and 6 yards to go. Alexander, the tight end, is on the move. Davis is back in. The wheel repaired, makes a nice cut. And there he goes against Warfield, stiff-arming his way down to the 21-yard line. A gain of 12, so Stephen Davis on this drive has had runs of 12 yards and 18 yards for the Washington Redskins.
Again, it's all right here. If he moves this way, that makes the running back's eyes go here. Everybody is over pursuing, and he's getting backside. Stephen Davis has the vision to make this thing work. Look at there's your progression as a running back. 1, 2, 3. You keep going back and read the next guy. And soon enough, your legs get to where the feet are supposed to be, and it's a nice run. That discipline is lacking right now in Kansas City.
On the 21, 1st and 10, Davis slipping that way and tripping over his own feet, losing about a yard. I don't know if he tripped over Tony Banks on the handoff, but down he goes. It'll be second down and long. Well, Brad Johnson and Jeff George were the quarterbacks last year. In the offseason, they chose George over Johnson, and now they've got Banks over George.
Yeah, it's a misleading deal. I really have a hard time comparing, making it apples and apples. I know we try to give you an idea for what these quarterbacks have done in the past. The bottom line is, what can you do in the system you're in? What can you do here today? Jeff George couldn't deal with it. Wouldn't listen to what they were talking about. Will Tony Banks pay attention and do the same thing with his progression?
Timeout taken by Banks. Second down and 12 upcoming from the Kansas City 23. Redskins on their opening drive looking sharp for Coach Marty Schottenheimer.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Saturn. Now with 2 distinctively different car lines, the L Series and S Series. The HP Photo Smart Digital Camera. How will you use it? And by Budweiser. With the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer.
Back at the nation's capital, the Redskins, after a Kansas City punt to the Chiefs 23. Washington has not scored a touchdown all season long for him. Second down, 12, 10th play of the drive. Tony Banks with Stephen Davis in the backfield. The short drop, the good rush, the quick throw, and it's incomplete. Yellow on the field. Flags are thrown. On a sidearm rip it pass from Banks to rookie wide receiver Rod Gardner. Jeff Triplett is our referee today here in Washington. This is against the Chiefs.
Defense, number 44. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Eric Warfield.
Impressed with the way the receivers in Washington are running their routes right now. They're using their bodies to protect the football. They're trying to keep it away from the defensive back. And right now, the corners in the secondary of Kansas City are playing too soft. They're back. That time, Warfield came up too tight. I like the game plan. Jimmy Ray, the offensive coordinator in Washington, he knew he had a short stick to work with here today, and Tony Banks doing a nice job of calling plays.
13-yard line of Kansas City. A first down for the Redskins. A scoreless first quarter. Westbrook is in motion. Davis gets the call. Coming against the green, grabbed and devoured on the play by ex-Redskin Rich Owens. A gain of 1 on the play. It'll be second down and 9. How much did Jimmy Ray say that Banks knew of the playbook coming into today?
And it surprised us both. He said he knew about 40% of the basic playbook, and that really it was a difficult transition for him and all of the things and the progressions that take place. How does he really get to know the offense and add to it, and how much will he be able to start with here? And, the running game is something that's going to help him.
Janelle Bennett in the backfield, second down and 9 from the Kansas City 12 for the Redskins. And Banks floating one to the end zone for the rookie. Touchdown. Not out of bounds. Caught it, but caught it out of bounds. Ron Gardner, who is a first-round pick out of Clemson, lunging high, hauled it in, but out of bounds, incomplete. Third down coming up.
Look at the protection up here. The pass protection is so good because the running game is working. He has time to be patient. Banks throws it to the back corner of the end zone. But I'll tell you what, that one there looked like a couple of feet came down in bounds.
They're going to throw the flag. Marty has got it in his right hand right now, and his arm is cocked. He's waiting for the replay, and he throws it out there. So they want to review it. What do you think?
Yeah, from the shot that I've seen, that first replay we had here, like Gardner came down with the ball. Both feet in bounds.
So the Redskins have thrown the red flag out on the field. They want to challenge it.
Washington has challenged the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass at the sideline in the end zone.
You know, again, Gardner, he gave himself enough room to the outside, I thought, to make the nice play. Yeah, he's on. You know what? There's some green that's looked like there. First, it looked like he was going to hit white, and then it came down. Some green showed up. Can't tell as well in that shot.
But look at the line judge was right there, no more than 10 feet away from where his foot went down, and you can see the official's head looking right down at his foot.
This is the shot right here. That one looks like he's on the line right at that moment, but then he comes clean. You know, it has to be, you know, indisputable, you know, without a shadow of a doubt for him to reverse this call. But I think it's the right thing for Marty Schottenheimer to do, throwing the flag.
Especially in the first drive of the game when your team hasn't scored a touchdown all season long. You're coming off a 37-0 loss on Monday night up in Green Bay. Why not?
And like you said, you haven't scored a touchdown yet this season, so you really need it. That shot right there, you know, it's just a judgment thing. You know, at first it looks like he's on the line, but as the play develops, it looks like he's off the line. There's some green in between the shoe and the out of bounds.
So where do you go?
I'd give him the touchdown.
I think I would too.
I'd give him a touchdown. But I tell you what I did notice. Marty Schottenheimer throwing that red flag looked a lot better than any quarterback throw they've had around here in a while. He almost hit the ref's feet. I liked it.
The applause you hear in the background is on the big screens here, the big TV screens inside the stadium. They're showing pictures of firemen and police officials. And you can see the divot that his foot made.
Yeah, I think that may be the right foot, though, that came down there.
I think that was more over, though.
Yeah.
Let's see.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. The left foot hit on the line, therefore making it out of bounds and incomplete. The right foot did touch down inbounds, therefore it is an incomplete pass.
Right here, what he's saying is the foot's on there.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's really, that right there, you know, but as he gets away from it, that's where I think that's where we saw the green. And again, we said going in, he has to be conclusive. He can't, without a shadow of a doubt, as to what the call should be.
It was a good call. And now the Redskins have burned 2 timeouts. They lose a timeout right there because they lose the challenge. And remember that Tony Banks on this drive has called a timeout, so 1 timeout remaining for the Redskins for the rest of the first half, and we still have 5.5 to play in the first quarter.
When you haven't scored a touchdown in 2 games all season, you do whatever you can to get a touchdown.
Redskins are facing 3rd and 9 from the Chiefs' 12 on the 12th play of the ball game for Washington's offense. Banks, good block by Jansen to the end zone. That's caught, but was he in? He was not in. His one foot did not get in. That was the tight end, Stephen Alexander. And I could almost see that as it was developing. He did not get in.
He really drives to the back of the end zone, does a nice job of, I thought, giving himself enough room to make the catch. A wide receiver has to be aware of his presence in the back of the end zone. I thought he had plenty of room back there. The ball took him back some. Hey, we're going to get, you know, hey, you know, here we go here with another angle here of this thing. Left, thought it may have skipped and came down in there.
Marty's got the coach's challenge again.
I don't think he can throw it. You can only get one per half.
And in fact, he had the red flag in his hand, and his son Brian Schottenheimer, the quarterback coach, came back and said, you can't throw it.
Yeah, hey, it's the right foot that drags as it comes across.
We couldn't see because Bennett was in the way. This is a 30-yard field goal, which is up and in by Brett Conway. So an impressive drive by the Redskins, but the Kansas City defense holds Schottenheimer and Washington out of the end zone. It's 3-0 Washington. The assistant coach is up in the booth. Got word to Brian Schottenheimer, the quarterback coach, for his dad, Marty Schottenheimer, not to throw the red flag, although you can do it twice in a game. But he said that it was an inconclusive replay in the ensuing kickoff after the Conway field goal taken by Dante Hall. Hurdles a defender, then is brought down by Flemister, the tight end. The flag is down after the 21-yard return.
When you talk to a lot of these coaches, though, they don't want to have any more than one per half. They really want to stick to it. They want to save something for the end or something significant in the second half. And I think, you know, when you talk about it, the momentum swing, should they have been declined again, really may have hurt them psychologically. You know,
During the return, holding 52, receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
That is Andre O'Neill for the Chiefs. And there's former Chiefs coach Marty Schottenheimer looking for his win. #1 as a Redskin head coach.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Campbell's Chunky, soup that eats like a meal. And by Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Washington Monument here in the nation's capital. Kevin Harlan, Craig James, and Beasley Reese from the 9. The Chiefs, after the Redskins just kicked a field goal, first down and 10. Tony Richardson is in motion. The fake handoff to Holmes, sprinting out and getting by Kennard Lang is quarterback Trent Green, an ex-Redskin himself, but brought down by Bruce Smith. A loss of 1 and a sack on the play. So Bruce Smith and Kennard Lang share a sack. And for Smith, it'll be the first half sack of the season for him. So now it'll be second down and 11 for the Kansas City Chiefs as the St. Louis Rams have taken an early lead on Miami.
And that Miami defense has been tough all year, not giving up very many points. New England, without Drew Bledsoe, scoring against the Colts. Of course, the Colts gave up points early last week and came back to rout them.
So push the ball back to the 8, where it's second down and 11 for the Chiefs. Gonzalez in motion. He's been quiet so far. Richardson in there as you see Green scrambling for his life and throws to Gonzalez. The flag is down. And Tony getting blocking from Redmond up the sideline and down at the 25. He was slithering all over the place. 16-yard gain as it stands right now as the crew decides on the field it's against Kansas City.
Took a little longer to develop the screen, trying to get Gonzalez over there, and they pushed Green back, and the offensive lineman just eased down the field too quickly.
Ineligible downfield on a forward pass. 62, the offense. Half the distance. Repeat, second down.
That's the center, Casey Redmond.
Casey's over here in the middle of the field. They're going to try to leak and work over here. But again, they pushed Green back. The timing was disrupted because they're so focused in Washington right now on Tony Gonzalez. They're just not letting him get around there. They're really on top of him and holding him up.
So now back to the 4-yard line where Trent Green is faced with second down and 15. Fake handoff. A block by Spears. A pass downfield. Overshooting tight end Gonzalez, who was covered on the play by David Terrell. It is now 3rd and 15. The only thing about that first touchdown review, was he airborne and was he denied a chance because he was airborne, shoved by Warfield, and not a chance. Nope, wasn't shoved. He was leaning. And we thought for a second that Warfield may have shoved him while he was still in mid-flight.
Yeah, and I think the fact that that foot's touching white right there was not conclusive enough for that guy to come out of the referee and reverse the call.
3rd down 15 from their own 4 to Green. Safe handoff to Priest Holmes, weaving his way up to the 15-yard line. Brought down by Dorian Boose. It's a gain of 10, but not enough for a first down. And for a second consecutive time, the Chiefs have got to punt the ball.
Every time the Chiefs defense or the Redskins defense walks on the field and has success, the more likely they are to have a good game. This is a team that needs some success. Marty Schottenheimer was talking about, all the coaches were talking about, hey, we just got to have some success out there. We need to score points and get off the field defensively and get into a routine.
Straczynski to punt, almost blocked by Eddie Mason. Michael Bates is back, not Kevin Lockett like the first punt, and it's going to be great Washington field position on a poor punt of 24 yards by Dan Straczynski. 3-0 Washington. Great beginning field position from the Chiefs 39 for Redskin quarterback Tony Banks.
And in this Redskins offense, they've had 6 first downs. They've rushed the ball all 6 times with a lot of success on first down, is making the job easier for Banks.
Bennett and Davis in the backfield from the Chiefs 39, 1st and 10. Banks, there goes a flag, and they'll stop that play in mid-motion. We've seen a lot of flags so far in this first quarter, which the Redskins lead 3-0.
Prior to the snap, false start, 82 offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Michael Westbrook guilty of the infraction as we send you to Jim Nance in New York.
All right, Kevin, after a Kurt Warner.
Right, thank you, Jim. 1st and 15 now for the Redskins back at the 44 of Kansas City. Good time for Banks. Fires it down the middle. And the pass is caught by the running back, Stephen Davis, who works his way down for a gain of 8 to the 36-yard line. Log on to NFL.com for exclusive online auctions. All proceeds will be donated to the September 11th relief effort. Just go to NFL.com or AOL keyword NFL.com. 2nd down 7. By the way, back to that St. Louis-Miami game, the Rams have never lost in the Dome to an AFC team. They got their hands full today.
Yet the Miami Dolphins, the team that already has gone on the road against the Tennessee Titans, they really don't care about prestige and how teams play at home. They're a strong road team.
2nd down and 7 from the Chiefs 36 for Washington. Play fake being chased by Eric Hicks, and a pass thrown away wisely so by Tony Banks. It'll be 3rd down. Good coverage by Kansas City's defense.
Good recognition by their defense. I mean, the linebackers holding up, realizing play action going to roll back to the right side there, and they've locked up on the linebacker, taking away the simple reads. You notice one thing we're seeing here? We're not watching a quarterback drop back 7 and have progressions right now. We're watching a quarterback who has a screen. He has a quick little slant to the inside. Everything's happening quick for him with one receiver.
What did you say earlier? He only knows about 40-45% of the basic offense?
Just basic offense. No adjustments off of that.
3rd down 7. Redskins at the Chiefs 36. Someone was moving the pitch out to Davis. A big hole. Good block by Samuels. A missed tackle by Woods, and down at the 30, tackled by Barty and Eric Hicks. It's a gain of 6 and about a yard shy of a first down. It's 4th and 1. If you're Marty Schottenheimer, there goes Davis hobbling again. But if you're Marty Schottenheimer, what do you do on 4th and 1?
Here, I think this is a team that he keeps telling they're going to be mentally and physically strong and physical and tough and all that stuff. I think you go for it. I think this is a point where you say, hey, look, I'm going to practice what I preach as a head coach. I'm telling you guys, we're physical, we're tough, we're going to go for it. We're at home. You can't get a yard, you don't deserve to win.
Well, if he gets it, it's going to have to be without Stephen Davis and with Donnell Bennett. Play clock is running. It's 4th and 1. Gardner in motion. Banks rolling out of the pocket and throwing incomplete. Dropped to Westbrook on the side, covered by Warfield. And I wonder if with Davis leaving, that altered the play and really limited what the Redskins and Schottenheimer could do.
Well, I'm sure it did. Jimmy Ray sees him walk off the field. He probably checked out of that and went to a play to the flat there trying to get to Michael Westbrook. But again, this is a good offensive line. You've had success running the football. I believe you go in behind Chris Samuels over Aaron Zott on the left side, power push him, get him up in there and get your yard.
And on down, yes, from a 30-yard line, it's 1st down and 10 on downs. The Chiefs get it back. A play fake, and a good one it is by Green. Flag is thrown. The pass incomplete. Intended for Gonzalez. The coverage on the play by Shade and by Antonio Pierce. Another penalty flag on the Kansas City Chiefs, and that is the 4th on the Chiefs in the first quarter.
Again, you talk about continuity and getting some consistency. They just don't have it right now.
Holding, 76 offense. 10-yard penalty, remains first down.
Sean Tate.
And I know I'm an old running back, so I believe in a physical style, a physical presence. And I remember many times talking to an offensive line, and early in the game, they want to run the ball. They want to set their pads. They want to get into the game. They want to go to a bar and have a fist fight, not a dance with a girl, you know? Passing's dancing.
Gonzalez is out. 1st and 20. Shovel pass to Priest Holmes. Smelled out beautifully on the play by Kennard Lang. He only picks up 2 on the play. And Lang is in there because we've got some injuries on the defensive line, most notably to Marco Coleman. Lang now moves inside.
He went outside. That's where now he's playing, so he's got to be a little more disciplined. He recognizes the play, comes back to the inside. Normally, like you said, Kevin, he's inside playing tackle, but he's a natural defensive end. Coleman's gone. They put Lang out there, his athletic ability, and I'm really impressed. That shows you the guy's done his study skills because he figured out how to play and recognize the run.
Gonzalez back in. 2nd down and 18 yards to go. Green hit, dumps it off, caught by Richardson. Goes head on into the defense of David Terrell, a gain of 6. And the ball spotted at the 27-yard line. And they've got to get up to the 40 for a first down, so still a ways to go.
Redskins really didn't expect to get a whole lot of pressure on Trent Green today because they know that this offense here is one that's designed to get back, let go of the football in a hurry. So every time they have a chance to hit him, they've got to touch him. They've got to make him feel like there's somebody around him, high and low that time. Bruce Smith playing a pretty hard physical game right now.
Chiefs get a good spot right after 28 where it's 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap to Green. Good time. Fires a pass downfield. Caught for a first down by Tony Gonzalez. Dancing his way. Finally brought down on the play by Sean Barber. I'll pick up a 14 yards on 3rd and 12.
As hard as you try to cover Tony Gonzalez, as much as you say you're going to do it, you just have a hard time saying it because he finds the opening. Tony Gonzalez is what Dick Vermeil needs in this offense to get these guys going.
A lot of color in the nation's capital today. Washington leads it on a 30-yard field goal by Brett Conway, and let's send it down to Beasley Reese.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. I just spoke to the guys from the Washington Redskins. They say that Stephen Davis bruised his knee early on in this game. That's why he keeps coming in and out. And I talked to Kennard Lang, the defensive end for the Redskins. He said he's going to be whispering in Trent Green's ear all day when he's got 1.5 sacks. Back upstairs.
Thank you. We begin the 2nd quarter with the 1st and 10 handoff to Priest Holmes, who jumps up to the 48-yard line and brought down on the play by linebacker Kevin Mitchell. It's a gain of 6, setting up 2nd down and 4.
You hear that word you just said, 2nd down and 4. That's what Al Saunders and that staff over there needs. They need 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3. They need the little burst there. Priest Holmes comes in, gets up the middle, splits the tackles. Those are the kinds of things they need offensively and the support we talked about earlier.
2nd down, long 4 from the Kansas City 48, just into the 2nd quarter. Holmes again, he's got 4 carries for 27 yards. That's 2 more right there. And he's up to midfield. And brought down on the play by Bruce Smith, who seems to be everywhere this afternoon for the Redskins. Defense unit.
Just the mindsets of these two coaching staffs right now and the two teams. One, really, it is a building process. For Marty Schottenheimer, I think it's kind of starting over. For Dick Vermeil, he's got something that he's working with right now. And the Chiefs' offensive players believe this might be the week that they finally break out and start doing things.
3rd down 2. That's Richardson in motion, being rearranged by quarterback Trent Green. Holmes by himself in the backfield. Richardson now on the fly. Play clock dwindling down. Holmes weaving for a first down. Great block on the play by Chris Thomas, his wide receiver, and it's a gain of 12. And Holmes running the best he has run in a Chiefs uniform today all season long.
Here's your decoy right here. That is Tony Gonzalez. There's so much focus over here on him that they get to play backside with running. Even I'm sitting up here in the booth expecting something to happen with Tony Gonzalez. Everybody's on the right side. He stays in the block. And the holes, look at this right here. Nice block and seal off. Everybody getting their butt to the hole, blocking, opening it up for the ball carrier.
6 carries, 41 yards for Holmes. 7th play of the Chiefs drive. 38-yard line of Washington, 1st and 10. Holmes again on first down. A Richardson block and a tackle from behind by Kennard Lang. Dragged the final 2 of 9 yards to the Redskin 27-yard line.
Left tackle John Tate of the Chiefs is a guy that is coming along. You know, these guys coming along. Priest Holmes coming along, giving them a little burst that they need. You know, you talk about a nasty attitude over here. You got to get these guys to kick out, block down, create the running lanes. It's not a whole lot to it, but this Priest Holmes back is a quick guy. He just flew there in a hurry.
2nd down and 1 from the Redskins 29. Holmes in motion. Richardson remains in the backfield. Tony gets the call and stopped up the middle. You see Mitchell right there, along with Antonio Pierce, who pierced the line for Washington. Back to New York we go in the sports desk with Jim Nance.
All right, there for the Pats, Craig James. Hey, I've got my hands in the air right here, Jimbo. I'm standing up. Touchdown 32. You know, they hadn't seen that in a while there in New England, especially jumping up like they are.
Tom Brady starting for Bledsoe today. Last week, the Patriots turned it over 4 times against the Jets, losing by 7. Let's check in once again with Jim in New York. Jim,
yes,
take it away.
We're right back again. Thank you, Kevin. Now let's go back to Kevin and Craig.
In Buffalo has been tough over Pittsburgh. The Steelers have lost 7 straight in Buffalo, dating back to the late 70s. 3rd and inches. Hand off to Richardson, bouncing out, deflecting a block from Green on Lyle. And there goes Richardson for a first down to the Redskin 15-yard line. It's a gain of 14 yards with the quarterback, Trent Green, leading the way.
Hey, power football over here. Bust up in here. Everybody gets bunched in there, and he's trying to get in there with the 3rd and 1. Just bunch it up in there, but they don't get to his legs. He's able to bounce back. Now, look over here. He looks back. He sees his quarterback who's going to lead around the corner for him. It's like a lead blocker, although he doesn't have a whole lot of confidence. Trent does a nice job. He got in his way and picked him up an extra 5, 6, 7 yards.
Good-looking drive by the Chiefs at the Redskin 15, 10th play of the drive. Hand off to Holmes. Picked up initially on the play by Del Cowsett and brought down at about the 16-yard line. There's Kevin Mitchell also at the bottom of the pile with Cowsett making the initial hit.
Notice a trend here. I want to say the last 4, 5, 6 plays have been running plays. Chiefs establishing a little momentum right now through the ground. They told us in their meetings that 73% passing of the number of plays they've run have been passes. They're going to get away from that. They've got to get back to more balanced attack.
2nd down and 11 on the Redskins 16-yard line. Green, quick block by Riley, floats a pass, caught at the 3-yard line by the Chiefs tight end, Tony Gonzalez. It's a gain of 13 yards, and it's 1st and goal to go, Kansas City.
Here he is. Watch how when he gets here, he swims to get to the outside. Watch how he clears his way. Watch David Terrell. Look at the swim move with him. Boom, coming back to the inside with the left arm. That gets back inside. A big man like that on a safety. Linebackers have no shot whatsoever staying with him, but yet he gets out there and is so good with getting his body open.
Green is looking very patient today as well.
And the running game is setting up the passing game.
Inside the 4, 1st and goal for the Chiefs. And the handoff in for the touchdown, Tony Richardson. And the Chiefs had their first lead today, 4-yard touchdown run.
Kevin, you just said to me a moment ago how that the Redskins were going to regret not scoring touchdowns. Backside, there's really nothing there. It's just a straight power game up the middle. The Chiefs' offensive line has taken control of this game in the last series.
Fullback Jermaine Williams had a nice block on that lead for Richardson. Here's the extra point try by Peterson. And the Chiefs are on top of the Washington Redskins 7-3 as Tony Richardson gets a 4-yard touchdown run. And for Tony, that is his 2nd touchdown run of the season. Tony Richardson plowing in from 4 yards away. The Chiefs on top of the Redskins 7-3. And look what they did on 3rd down on that long 12-play drive.
And Green's 4 of 4 on that drive. The running game, though, really set that thing up.
Kickoff by Peterson. And picked up by Bates inside the 5-yard line. The Redskins, the 5-time Pro Bowler, runs into Brian Waters and is brought down on a 21-yard return out to the 21-yard line. Dick Vermeil's Chiefs on top 7-3.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. There's never been a better time to get online. Hertz, the world's #1 in-car rental. And by IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level.
Coming up in the Nextel halftime report, join Jim, Mike, Jerry, and Randy for all the scores and highlights. That's on the Nextel halftime report. 1st and 10 from the 21. Stephen Davis grabbed by Eric Hicks and hauled down at the 26 after a gain of about 5. So we know that the wheel of Davis is not 100%. Beasley Reese told us that earlier. This kid's a tough kid, running well so far in the game, even with the injury.
And you know what? I've always believed this, that a guy like Stephen Davis, 6 carries, 40 yards, is a guy that sets the tempo for a team. He is a leader. That's why they've given him a lot of money. That's why they put a lot of hope and rest on his shoulders. Not having a quarterback that's experienced with his playbook means he's got to carry the football.
2nd down and 5 from the 26. And off to Davis, diving ahead, nothing there. Derek Ransom saw to that. In fact, he throws him for a 1-yard loss. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Chiefs defensive line answering the call here. Really, that time there wasn't anywhere for them to go because they pushed. They didn't let the penetration occur. I mean, this defense now, they start here, they hold the line, they get up inside here, and they don't allow the cut back in there. That's the difference. I mean, the Redskins offensive line early on was getting some push, but that time the Chiefs held their ground. They did not bend at all on the defensive line.
3rd down and 6 from the 25 for quarterback Tony Banks. Blocked by Jansen on Owens, and a pass is caught downfield by Kevin Lockett. A flag is down. The yard's good for a 1st down to the 35. It's a gain of 10 on 3rd and 6. But the flag is against the Redskins.
Pass interference, offense, number 83. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 3rd down.
That's on the guy who caught the pass, Kevin Lockett.
Lockett's a wise guy, understands this offense. They brought him in here to help teach everybody, but when he comes in here, he's going to come and he's going to push off. Once he pushes off, that's no good. He throws him to the inside. Once those arms are extended, it's a giveaway. You're not going to get away with that.
Tony Richardson with the touchdown run for the Chiefs moments ago. Conway a 30-yard field goal to begin the game for the Redskins. 3rd down and 16. Banks in the Washington offense. Banks from the shotgun from his own 15-yard line. He's going to call timeout, and that is the final timeout for the Redskins in this half. He saw something he didn't like, and a confused Tony Banks to the sideline with his Skins down 7-3.
Tony Banks has a whole lot to learn in how to handle things. Give you an example of a play called mixed skip, zip beyond, 2-jet flanker drive, X corner. That's one play call from the huddle without variations to it. That's why he's having to call a timeout.
From the 15-yard line. There goes Banks. He's got to get to the 31, and he's shy of the 1st down. Hit by Warfield and brought down on the play by an aggressive Donnie Edwards. It's a gain of 14. 2 yards shy, and the Redskins have got a punt.
And here's the confusion. You know, I just gave you that one little deal there, and that has no variations to it. And they said, Jimmy Ray did, the offensive coordinator, if we get to 3rd and long, which they've been 3rd and 10 on every possession of 3rd down, he has to make a call from that. He's got to know what each one of that mixed skip, zip, and everything else is talking to, the backs and the receivers, and then what they're going to do on a new play. And he just doesn't know how to deal with it or make the call.
This play is stopped in mid-motion. The whistles sound, and the flags are thrown.
I mean, think about that.
Prior to the snap, false start, 31 offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
31 is David Terrell. I'm going to put a clock. I'm going to put a clock in.
Okay, here we go. Mixed skip, zip beyond, 2-jet flanker drive, X corner on 2. Ready? Break.
That's 6-7 seconds.
Okay, and then you got to know what each one of those guys are doing with that. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things to learn as a quarterback.
Brian Parker will punt. Another ex-Kansas City Chief. Dante Hall circling under it. Catch at the 34. Breaks free. Eddie Mason trying to trip him up. Can't. Ethan Albright, the center, can't get him. Finally, Mason brings him down. Eddie Mason, an interesting story. He makes the grab. He was cut at the end of training camp. San Diego had good special teams. He was signed after the San Diego game, and he makes a tackle right there.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. the #1 digital satellite entertainment provider. And by the makers of Lamasil AT, the best way to cure athlete's foot.
Kevin Harlan, Craig James, and Beasley Reese. Looks like the Chiefs got on track in offense last time they had the ball, Craig.
Let's see if they go back to that running game. Stay with it.
Holmes in the backfield from the 36, 1st and 10. In motion, Richardson, play fake by Green, winding up, going deep, caught by Gonzalez. At the 45 of the Redskins, shuffling down to the 40, a 24-yard gain by the Pro Bowler out of Cal, Tony Gonzalez, who makes his 13th reception of the season.
Oh, I really like the way they're doing the play action in the backfield. It's drawing these guys up in here and the linebackers, which is opening it up to get Tony Gonzalez away from bodies. They're having to respect the running game, and the way he gets through traffic and weaves his way is tremendous. Champ Bailey back here, number 24, he gets back late trying to help out. But Tony Gonzalez, again, just knowing where the soft spot is on the field.
50 yards of receiving so far for Gonzalez at the Redskin 40. Green 1st and 10. Hand off to Holmes, running up the middle and then stuffed. Kevin Mitchell got a hand on him, along with Antonio Pierce, and down low, Jerry DeLoach. Thursday, no gain on the play. Thursday on CBS, find out what it's like to work inside the CIA, meet the unsung heroes who help protect America in a powerful new drama, The Agency, Thursday after CSI here on CBS. Did I say no gain? What was it for? 2 yards on the play. So inside the 38, 2nd down and 8. Alexander's been quiet, is on the move. Green drops back, looking for Alexander, and finds him at the 26-yard line for a 1st down. A gain of 12. That's his first reception of the season for Derek Alexander, who a year ago, Craig, caught 78.
I really like the way they backside protect, keep Tony Gonzalez in. They bring him in, they come out, and he goes hard to the outside. But the pass protection, giving him time. The running game really setting up their passing game right now. And Alexander, with the presence of mind, makes a nice catch. His timing looked good there on that one. You know, he dropped the one early on. This one here, keeping his feet in bounds.
He had sore Achilles for the first couple games. Inactive last week against the Giants. 1st and 10 from the Redskins 26. The fake to Holmes. A good block by Riley. There goes Green. Has to get to the 16. Chased by Bruce Smith and grabbed by Kennard Lang on a gain of 2. Green had hit 6 consecutive receivers as he again was looking downfield. Bruce Smith has been extremely active today.
Yeah, he's really working hard from over on the outside, but I want you to see this time how they box. He gets inside here and he can't get a free. Tony Gonzalez is the intended receiver, and I thought Trent really locked in on him. Look at the way that they bracket him. They're on the inside, they go back to the outside. There are really 3 guys there who had an option of helping out on Tony Gonzalez, and he couldn't get open.
He draws a lot of attention, doesn't he? 2nd down and 8. Chiefs at the Redskin 24. Green. Again, good time. Finding Holmes, running down the side, breaks a tackle of Pierce. Got a block inside, and it's a touchdown, and that block came from Derek Alexander. Priest Holmes, his first receiving touchdown since 1999 with the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, that Bruce Smith is mad that he didn't get in here and make more pressure. This is a simple release. This is like probably the number 3 or 4 guy in the pass route. He comes to the outside. He's a release valve. He's trying to push it down the field. He's the 3rd guy. 1 was deep, 2 was in the middle of the field. Look at the block up here. Nice job with the block by Derek Alexander, of the presence of mind to turn around and help out on the 3rd receiver.
The Chiefs have scored on their last 2 drives, and flags are thrown as the kick is up and in as Priest Holmes gets his first Kansas City touchdown in any way, and the hold is against Kansas City, so they'll do it again. So Holmes, first Kansas City touchdown, his first receiving touchdown since 99.
49, kicking team. 10-yard penalty. Repeat to try.
Tony Richardson is 49. Watch this block from the wide receiver, Derek Alexander.
And sometimes you miss players because of their ability to catch balls or run balls or throw passes. But having players on the field, guys who play football, That's what they need with Derek Alexander. These wide receivers in Kansas City are so banged up right now. They really were grateful to get this guy back today, Alexander.
Extra point is in, so Alexander on that drive gets a block from Priest Holmes, and Alexander helped himself. He caught his first pass of the season on that drive. Priest Holmes, who is back there someplace, trust me, there he is. He's the sixth different starting halfback for the Chiefs over the last handful of years, dating back to Marcus Allen in the early 90s.
And you know what, Kevin? You've been around and followed the Chiefs a long time. I like the combination, Tony Richardson and Priest Holmes. This is a good power, running, quick-hitting combination that appears to work for them.
Until today, it really hadn't worked for them. Now you can see what Dick Vermeil and offensive coordinator Al Saunders had in mind when they got Holmes. He's not Marshall Faulk, who Vermeil is used to having in St. Louis, but he's on a bad second. Here's the kickoff by Peterson. Bates on the fly inside the 10 for the Redskins. He's a free agent from Carolina. Good block on the play. He moves out past the 40 and gives the Redskins breathing space on a 37-yard return. Call a timeout. They're out of timeouts. Now he's got to wing it. Literally. The blitz is on. The pass down the sideline and dropped. And a flag thrown as Warfield was smothering and jousting with the wide receiver, Michael Westbrook.
I think Kansas City's getting a feel for what they need to be doing to Tony Banks.
But how about the presence of mind?
Pass interference, defense, number 44. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
He wanted to call a timeout.
Yeah, he wanted to call a timeout. Westbrook gets on an island out here just by himself. That's because there are basically 9 guys up there trying to stop the running game. Westbrook's got a good athletic body to him. Warfield has no shot to come up and make this play. I mean, it's, you know, they're lucky to get the ball off is what they're doing. They are lucky to get the ball in the air.
So in essence, a 31-yard penalty for the 26. It's first down and 10 for the Redskins. Banks with time fires a pass near the end zone, caught for a touchdown. Rod Gardner, his first career touchdown reception. The Redskins went over 9 quarters without a touchdown until that strike thrown to rookie Rod Gardner. And he threw it in double coverage as well. The extra point by Conway is in. That baby was on a rope.
That's exactly why it was successful, because they threw it on a rope. I mean, when he comes down here, he comes in and he drives hard to the inside. They were able to come through back on the other side because of all the traffic that went across the field to hit Rod Gardner. Tony Banks throwing the ball really hard. You know what he does? He gives them the word hope. The Redskins have had no hope at quarterback.
Tony Banks with a 26-yard touchdown pass. His first touchdown pass since September 24th, 2000 with the Baltimore Ravens, where he started early last season.
I think I'm fairly good with my calendar. That's like over a year, isn't it?
Yeah. And don't minimize the long penalty called on Eric Warfield on the pass attempt to Westbrook. There's the ensuing kickoff out of bounds at the 12. There goes the flag, and the Chiefs will take over at the 40-yard line. So Tony Banks, who was cut by Dallas after being given the starting role, let go in mid-August. Dick Vermeil, who drafted him in St. Louis, makes a call to Marty Schottenheimer, says, hey, you really need to look at this quarterback. They bring him to Washington. He thinks, oh, I'm going to be as a backup to Jeff George. Now he starts in the 3rd game of the season, knowing less than half of the basic offense in the Redskin playbook.
And on that particular play there, really was handcuffed and didn't really know what he was doing other than he had a single receiver, Michael Westbrook, against the defensive back, and they gave him enough time to throw the football. He really does. This is almost like sandlot football right now.
So So the Redskins creep to within 4, 1st and 10 for the Chiefs from a 40-yard screen pass. Set up for Holmes, a block by Spears, a block by Shields, and a run into Redskin territory at the 46, and a gain of 13 yards on the play. Kennard Lang and Sam Shade were there defensively for Washington.
Like the way they're using this weapon in Priest Holmes. I'm talking about a guy who has the ability to make plays when he touches the ball. Redskins defense, it almost appeared, Kevin, they were like out of it after that last Chiefs touchdown. To get the reprieve of the offense to score, they need to come back and answer the call. They need to handle it and take care of their part of the game.
From the Redskin 48, 1st and 10. Green moving up, going deep down the side, looking for Alexander. Defended beautifully by Champ Bailey. Incomplete pass.
Win some, lose some. Champ Bailey's really good. Derek Alexander is really good. Sometimes Alexander will win it, and sometimes he won't. But I want you to notice the way the footwork of Champ Bailey was in recognizing the route. See, when you're young, you might not pick that up. When he saw the stutter step, he knew that immediately it was going to be a takeoff right after that, so he took right off and stayed in the hip pocket of Alexander.
Green had hit 8 consecutive receivers. He does have a pick. 2nd down and 10. Chiefs at the Redskin 48. Passing again is Green down the middle, and it's caught on the play by Larry Parker. His 3rd catch of the season, picks up 11. He's down at the Redskin 36-yard line, and he's got another 1st down for the Chiefs.
And a lot of mumbo-jumbo. He comes back to the inside, which is going to really look at all the bodies that try to attract and draw right to Tony Gonzalez. The time that he had to throw the ball is what allowed Parker to get open. But everybody, as soon as the ball snapped and they read pass, they're looking for Gonzalez to wrap the second down.
36-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Deep in Redskin territory. Green again. Right on the money, and it's caught at the 18-yard line. Grab made by Chris Thomas, tackled by Fred Smoot. It's a gain of 18 yards and another Kansas City Chiefs 1st down.
Kind of like that route. Thomas showed some maturity. That wasn't vanilla.
Working on the wheels of Derek Alexander. Remember the 2 sore Achilles. I don't know if that is an Achilles or an ankle, but they're working on his foot. And in that area. And that is not a good sign. Dick Vermeil or any of the Chiefs. Who are 0-2 coming in, the Redskins are 0-2. And we've reached the 2-minute warning. Trent Green has a touchdown pass. Tony Banks has a touchdown pass. It's 14-10, the Chiefs. Nextville halftime report is up next, plus a CBS News update. America Fights Back. All the Nextville halftime report. Kevin Harlan, Craig James, and Beasley Reese. FedEx Field. Dante Hall is coming as a wide receiver. Derek Alexander still on the side. 1st and 10. The Kansas City Chiefs inside the Redskin 18-yard line. And off the Priest Holmes busting free, and he's down inside the 10. Grabbed by Keith Lyle, and Champ Bailey showing incredible acceleration. He's already got a touchdown reception today for the Chiefs.
Now this time here they take Gonzalez outside, which opens up the little burst up the middle of the field. Nice job of the guard coming around. Really good job of the way they find the right blockers to get onto. Will Shields, Dick Vermeil said, is playing extremely well right now. Coming around that time, finding his guy, giving the running back the seam.
Holmes, 11-yard gain in the previous play. Alexander is back in. 1st and goal for the 7. Holmes again. Big hole, touchdown. And the center, Casey Wegman, was one of many to pry open that hole. A 7-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs lead by 10 as Priest Holmes gets his 2nd touchdown today.
Boy, I tell you what, you're getting a lot of push, a lot of penetration. There's a lot of running lanes and holes. Look up inside. Look how there's nobody for him to block. He's looking. They've got it sealed off backside. Tony Richardson, when your fullback can't find anybody to block, that means somebody has messed up significantly on the defense.
Peterson's extra point is up and in. That offensive line has been great. Casey Wegman, who missed the first part of the season with an appendectomy, is now back and starting and blocking great on that particular play. Watch right here.
Again, somebody's supposed to be finding the fullback. You know, you got two guys getting locked into one guy. I mean, when the fullback's looking for somebody, something has happened wrong on the defense. Priest Holmes is in that groove right now. Over 100 yards from him, and he wasn't the guy that Dick Vermeil was praising so highly. I mean, it was Tony.
This is an all-new episode. Amazing Race. Wednesday on CBS. So Priest Holmes with his first 2 Kansas City touchdowns today. He lost the job to a younger, some say more talented Jamal Lewis in Baltimore. He was a reserve last year after gaining 1,000 yards in 1999 for the Ravens.
And he enjoyed the role when he was with the Ravens. I remember talking to him back then. He liked being the guy.
Bates with the kickoff retrieval at the 5. There's a crack and crawls through, brought down by Brian Waters and Gary Stills for Kansas City. Let's take a look at the former Olympic champion from the Barcelona 1992 Olympics, Michael Bates. Which one of these teams, starting 0-2, has the best shot at making the playoffs?
I got to go right here. Kansas City for sure. That's one team right there, and I'd say Tennessee. After watching Kansas City today, I'd give them a plus at this point because the offense is coming back.
Redskins with Banks have it from the 28, 1st and 10. Blocked by Chris Evans. Point down on the ball. Got him, deflected, incomplete. They were going for Alexander. The coverage on the play was there by the Chiefs. Jerome Woods, 2nd down and 10.
Alexander kind of rounded that route off. You know, if he'd have really squared it strong, he'd have had the ball. But that rounding allowed the defensive player to be right in his hip pocket and get a hand on the ball. And it's timing, you know. I'm impressed with Tony Banks. I got to tell you, I would have never believed he would have had this kind of game. I thought I had a better shot at playing quarterback than him today.
He's thrown a touchdown pass, 2nd down and 10. A block from Donnell Bennett. Time for Banks. Outside he goes. It's caught by rookie wide receiver Ron Gardner, who's got a touchdown reception already today. And it's a gain of 8. Shy of a 1st down by a couple. 3rd down. Redskins have no timeouts, so they cannot stop the clock. From the 36. 3rd down and 2. That right through the hands of Barber. Coverage on the play by William Barty. 4th down. Redskins have got a punt.
Now, 2-minute drill with a quarterback not knowing all the playbooks, pretty difficult to do. You know, the defense can do things to disguise, to confuse you. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. You got to find your tight end. Steven Alexander's a good player. You got to get him open.
Brian Barker will once again punt, averaging about 39 yards per punt this season. Deep back Dante Hall at the 23-yard line. And right into the grasp of Clemister, the backup tight end, and Keith Lyle, number 35. 42-yard punt and an 8-yard return by Hall. Tonight on the CBS.
I'd like to watch that.
We'll watch it from here.
As a matter of fact, I'm getting hungry. A little cheese dip, something.
Chiefs have 3 timeouts. They begin with 32 seconds to play in the half. At the 30-yard line, handoff to Priest Holmes, getting a block, sprung free. Another block downfield by his wide receiver, Chris Thomas. And he's all the way to the Redskin 43-yard line with a gain of 27. He's out of bounds. The clock is stopped at 25 seconds. And again, the Chiefs with 3 timeouts.
Ooh, boy, I tell you what, you know, when you come out and you try to run the play out, the clock out offensively, not even thinking you're going to get down the field, all of a sudden now you're in it to where you're saying, hey, we're going to get at least a shot at a field goal. Redskins defensive linemen, they're just not coming off the block. Their linemen are occupying them, and they're not coming off. Bruce Smith and these guys have got to get off their blocks, disregard the contain sometimes, make a play.
43-yard line of the Redskins, 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Here goes Green, big time provided. Fires a pass downfield, caught by Chris Thomas, the ex-Washington Redskin. He played here in 97 and in 98. Picks up 19 yards, another Chiefs 1st down, and the clock is stopped with 17 seconds before half.
That's 2 times in a row that Thomas has made this reception. The same route against Fred Smoot. What he's doing is he's really driving off over here on the side and coming right back. And Smoot's not figured it out. It's a nice job of Thomas of driving him off the ball, coming back to the football, and Smoot's looking really inexperienced right now.
Chiefs almost had 300 yards of offense, 277 yards. First and 10 handoff. Here comes Holmes, a block ahead, provided by Johnny Willis. He's going to go in. For a touchdown! Unbelievable run by Priest Holmes. His third touchdown today. And a horrible display of tackling by the Redskins.
Again, I want you to see these guys. See if they come off. Look at the linemen. See if they can come off their blocks. They're not. At this point here, Priest Holmes is just running beyond the defense. He's running down the field. I was going to say, Kevin, before the series began, that this is kind of the old days for Vermeil with his Rams type of offense. Would they take it with 30 seconds, 25 seconds to go down the field and try to score? I don't even think he expected to score on that series.
Priest Holmes is back in business. He has a receiving touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns, and the Chiefs are shredding the Redskin defense 28-0, making 28-10 with 10 seconds to play in this second quarter. And they did not use one timeout on that drive with 3 remaining. That took 22 seconds, 3 plays, and 70 yards by Trent Green.
That's like be a fly on the wall in the Redskins locker room. You think Marty Schottenheimer, you've known him a long time, Kevin. You think he is going to come up and get somebody Spanish?
Well, that basic thing tells you all that you need to know. And there are 2 other factors involved. Playing the team he coached for 10 years and the home opener here in Washington.
And a dear friend of his over there, too. I've said it. We've felt it all week in our meetings and our preparation for this game. Marty Schottenheimer is going to have to find players that believe in his style, old-school football. And right now, he may not have it all happening for him over on defense, for sure on defense.
Peterson's line drive kick goes by Ryan Johnson. Bobbled around by Kajana Carter, then just smothers the ball at the 11-yard line.
The Bluebirds are out.
They lost 30-3 in San Diego to open the season. They lost 37-0 in Green Bay on Monday. And they're losing today 28-10.
Stone-cold look right there. He's going to, I'm telling you, he's got to make a statement here at halftime. This is only week 3 of the NFL season. He's got to go in there and challenge his team to find out who wants to walk out of the locker room. If you don't want to come out and play football, then you need to leave your helmet in the locker room. You too stay here.
There are not many times in Marty Schottenheimer's career where he has been booed into the locker room. But this is one of them. Priest Holmes, 3 touchdowns today. And 28-10 is our halftime score with the Chiefs all over the Washington Redskins on the Redskins home opener. Chiefs are coming off a 13-3 loss to the New York Giants last Sunday in Kansas City. I said something about this crowd. We've done many games here. It does not sound like a Redskin crowd here. Of course, there's not much to cheer about, but the kind of crowd they used to have at the old stadium. As we send it downstairs to Beasley Reese.
All right, thank you. I'm with Coach Dick Vermeil. Coach, that's a perfect first half. I can't imagine you dreaming of it being any better.
Well, I knew we were better than an 0-2 football team coming down here, and it was just a matter of getting some things done. Trent's throwing the ball well right now. We're getting good pass protection. We're running the ball. And, we have a good blend, and now we're going to have to come out and play a second half again because, Marty's teams, they always come back.
Now, this is a new group for you. What do you say in the halftime to keep them sharp for the second half?
Well, this is a great group. As I told you last night, there's good people on this football team, good kids, and they'll come back because they work hard all week. No reason for them to change in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you. Back upstairs.
So Priest Holmes has been the star so far for the Kansas City Chiefs. 3 touchdowns in the first half, and the Chiefs clobbering the Redskins 28-10.
Oh, beautiful
Hi, Jim Nance in New York. Coming up, the Nextel halftime report. Mike Ditka, Randy Cross, Jerry Glanville all join me for scores and highlights. Week 3. We'll be right back.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel Direct Connect halftime report. Nextel, get right through.
Kansas City Chiefs are leading the Washington Redskins 28-10. Priest Holmes with 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. Tony Banks has thrown a touchdown for the Washington Redskins. 28-10 is the score. Holmes has broken out today. First touchdowns he has scored since coming over as free agent from the Baltimore Ravens. And we begin the second half from FedEx Field. Bates at about the 15 for Washington. Chased by Barty and then eventually brought down on the play by Tajay Allen. And let's head downstairs now to Beasley Reese.
Coach, I know you're disappointed in the first half. What did you say to the guys before they came back?
You know, Beasley, you played the game. This is all about what's down inside of you. This isn't about X's and O's. This is about whether you're willing to fight to try to get something done.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Back up.
All right, thank Bees from the 34-yard line. First down and 10 for Tony Banks. Stephen Davis grabbed and brought down beautifully by Dwayne Clemens. Loss of 1 on the play. Second down and 11. Banks in the first half, 6 of 12. 67 yards, 1 touchdown pass. As the Chiefs have scored 28 points in the final 9:43 of the first half to take their commanding 28-10 lead right now. Second down and 11 from the 33. Banks fires downfield, incomplete, looking for Ron Gardner, and the coverage applied by Ray Crockett.
You know that old Christmas song, you know, about Santa Claus, you know, you better watch out, you better not pout, you better not cry, I'm telling you what Santa Claus. He knows when you were sleeping, he knows when you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sakes. Marty Schottenheimer right now is Santa Claus. and I'm going to tell you something. I would convince myself if I were a Redskin football player, you better come out here strapped up, ready to go, because he's taking notes right now. And Santa Claus is going to get rid of somebody after this football game's over.
Well, the coaching methods are proven. Some of these players are not. Third down and 11. Banks with the pass, and it's on the money. And the pass caught for a first down by rookie wide receiver Rod Gardner. And he picks up 13 on 3rd and 11 for the Redskins.
A double nice job here. Double move, really. He really pushes twice. He pushes, he can't get there. He keeps with it. He stays with it. He finally gets to the outside and makes the catch. Banks waiting and watching and giving the play time to develop. Gardner stuck with it. Knew he was a primary receiver.
3 catches for the rookie today from the 47, 1st and 10. Stephen Davis, high stepping his way in the backfield, and finally a great open field tackle made by Wesley. It's a 29-yard gallop by the hobbling Stephen Davis, knocked down to the 24-yard line.
Not many times did you get something as clean and clear and crisp as this. Chris Samuels just devastated his guy off the left side of the line of scrimmage, pushed him out of the way. And like you said, a nice job as a free safety, just kind of holding the fort together until everybody else could get there.
That's the longest play this season for the Redskins. That's what he's done through the air, but on the ground he's been much better. 1st and 10. Janelle Bennett. Been brought down by Donnie Edwards, sliding for a gain of 5 and mark him down at the 19.
I'll tell you what, that was an attitude play right there. The last 2, the offensive line of the Redskins brought 2 decleaters in a row at the Chiefs defense. I mean, they're pulling up in the hole, they're kicking out, they're logging, they're blowing people out. I mean, this is the right start for the Redskins offense.
2nd down and 5, quick count, Davis again. And diving near the 16, 17-yard line, grabbed by Derek Ransom on the line. Gain of 2 on the plays. We're just into the second half here at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland.
Dave Zott, Chris Samuels, throughout the ballgame, I think have done a nice job. At this point here, you have to be pretty darn impressed with the Redskins' performance considering what they've done or not done in the previous 2 games.
They hadn't scored a touchdown until today. 3rd down and 3 from the Kansas City 17. Look at Chris Samuels. Gardner will make 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Banks rips the pass, caught by Westbrook. Good for a first down for the Redskins. At about the 13-yard line. And on the play, he picks up 4. That's the kind of passing offense that Marty Schottenheimer lived with. Nothing real long over there. Just a short, crisp, accurate ball control passing game.
And really, when you watch how he moves and gets to the outside once he gets there, look how he leans to the outside, builds the zone man on the inside. How about Tony Banks throwing the ball to the outside away from the inside linebacker where only the receiver could get to it?
14-yard line, 1st and 10. Banks again. Quick slant, man's dropped, and to Westbrook, incomplete. Ray Crockett was covering, no flag on the play. You thought maybe there should have been.
Yeah, I thought he went through him. Of course, Ray's played corner for a long time. He knows how to get right there at the right time, doesn't he?
He's done it very well for many years. That interception last week at Kerry Collins at Arrowhead in the Giants game. Sign this here from the Denver Broncos. 2nd down and 10 from the 14. And they give this off to Stephen Davis. Donnie Edwards grabs him after a gain of 5 and nudging his way just inside the 10-yard line is Davis.
You know, we heard from Dick Vermeil going in at halftime, you know, what are you going to say to your guys, a bunch of young guys? He said, well, we'll come out and we'll play hard because that's what they do. They're good, hard, young, working team. But it is different to say it, and then another thing to come out here and do it. Being up 28-10 is really difficult as a team to ball it back on the field with that same kind of intensity when you know the other guys have Santa Claus looking at them.
3rd long 5. Inside the Chiefs' 10. Big pitch. Being chased by Hicks and by Clemens. Banks throws down the sideline. Incomplete. Westbrook is saying that he caught the ball and he was in. But the officials saw different. Incomplete pass. It's 4th down. The Chiefs defense holds the Redskins out of the end zone, and now Washington will try for 3.
Tony Banks worked hard on that play. I thought Westbrook worked hard on that play. Stephen Alexander was coming across the field. He was looking, trying to get there, but I didn't think he gave the effort that he needed to. Everybody has to work to get in front of the quarterback's eyes, to give him an option, or at least get the defensive pressure so he can maybe turn the corner and run if he needs to.
Fred Conway has already kicked a 30-yard field goal today, and he's perfect here from 28 yards, which puts the Redskins on the board to begin the 2nd half. Just over 10 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. It's 28-13 Kansas City. After the 28-yard field goal by Brett Conway, here's the ensuing kickoff. Dante Hall from the 1-yard line for Kansas City. It's a block from Jason Belcher. And crawls his way out to the 25-yard line before he is brought down by Antonio Pierce. 24-yard return. Let's see if that talk by Marty at halftime has any effect on the Redskin defense.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nextel. How business gets done. Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Are you ready for a cold one? And by the totally redesigned Ford Explorer. Only from Ford Outfitters.
From the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. The pitch out goes to Priest Holmes. A pulling block by Casey Raymond. And a tackle made on the play by linebacker Kevin Mitchell after a gain of 6, and they mark him down at about the 31-yard line.
You know, it just looks like I'm trying to look for gap responsibility, for penetration from the defensive line. Priest is just running, and it seems like the Redskins defense is taking the wrong. They're guessing wrong. There's guessing going on out there. Linebackers are not pursuing and taking the right angles. They're running through gaps that aren't going to be occupied.
31-yard line, 2nd down and 4 for Green. Holmes in motion out of the backfield. He has 3 touchdowns today. Hand off to Richardson. He's got the other touchdown. Great defensive penetration by Kennard Lang, and a loss of about a half yard. maybe a full yard. Lang hot off the mark.
Again, penetration, that's what we're looking for here. Big Daddy Dan closes. Dan came across that time. I mean, look at the burst that he gets in here. Lang and these guys from the outside. Penetration, that's the key word in a running game. Look how he gets through and disrupts everything. Lang on the inside, really nice job of getting to his legs. Nothing there for them. That's the kind of effort you have to have. That sets up the linebackers.
Third down, 5 from the Kansas City 30. Green to the air, a block by Tate, a pass, and it's caught from first down by Chris Thomas and hauled down in the secondary by Sam Shade on 3rd and 5. He picks up 14 to the 44-yard line.
It was like Thomas just became an invisible receiver out there, and Bailey and Darrell Green didn't come off and work well with him. When he gets back out here, you're going to see where there's just an opening. There's not a lot there for him. There's nothing over here. Watch to the left side here. Look over here. Look at the big void right there. These guys are not working together. And I tell you what, that's the kind of miscommunication on both sides of the field that's not working for the defense.
44-yard line, 1st and 10. The pitch out to Holmes, a block by Richardson, and a block by Riley. And a gain of 7 on the play. They're getting 7 yards, it seems like, on every play. And he's near midfield. In fact, at the Redskin 49, 133 yards for Holmes today.
He's headed for 200. But you know what? This is what you look at right here. 8.9. 8.9 average. That's incredible. That's high school football.
49-yard line, 2nd down. 3 to go. Green outside. Throws to Holmes. A foot race with Pierce. Has the first down. Knocked out of bounds to the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 8. The Chiefs are making it look easy. And for the best NFL info on the net, including expert analysis and in-depth team reports, go to cbs.sportsline.com or AOL keyword CBS Sportsline.
You said they're making it look easy. Didn't the Rams offense make it look easy many times? Yes. Don't they make it look easy? Something about this offensive system that puts so much pressure on a defense, so many people flooding the field for routes and crossing routes, and then the running game's there. It makes it look easy.
A lot of motion, a lot of window dressing, like right here with Richardson for the Redskin 41, 1st and 10. Tate, another good block, and a pass downfield. Gonzalez, and he caught it at the 5. What a reception. 36-yard gain. 1st and goal to go, the Chiefs.
Oh, my goodness. He goes out, then he'll come back. Watch how he gets down the field about the 12-yard level. He goes to the outside, 1, 2, 3. That's called a toast route. He toasted the defensive back right there. Seriously, it's a toast route. And when he gets to the outside, that head turn, that cleared him back to the middle of the field with the focus. There are a lot of guys who can run a toast route, but there are very few guys who play as big as him who finish a play like he finishes a play.
Gonzalez, 4 catches, 85 yards today. Outside the 5, 1st and goal. Hand off to Holmes, a Richardson block, breaking a tackle, and upended by Champ Bailey at the 4. 2nd down and goal. Gain of 2 on the play. Sam Shade, by the way, was beaten again by Gonzalez. He was beaten badly in the Green Bay game by Brett Favre on Monday night.
You've got to keep coming. You've got guards pulling out there, a fullback pulling out there. You've got to keep coming. You've got to keep getting to the football. The running back's not going to stop. Bailey gets underneath him. He who gets low wins. You don't believe me? Watch a sumo wrestling match.
Jermaine Williams is coming with Richardson in the backfield. 8th play of the drive, 2nd down goal at the 4. Williams in motion. Handoff to Richardson, a block by Williams. Tony climbing over one defender than another and is taken down after a gain of 2 and brought down by the exuberant Antonio Pierce.
Pierce replacing that LeVar Arrington, you know, and that's a guy that they've said, we will miss LeVar Arrington's presence. The ability for him to make a big play. He might mess up where he's supposed to be, but before the play's over with, he'll get there and make a play.
Now just inside the Redskin 3, 3rd and goal. Again, Williams and Richardson in the eye. A player not to get off this. Champ Bailey does get off in time. The fake to Richardson. The rolling quarterback Green the pass. Touchdown. And it's caught by Tony Gonzalez. 3 yards touchdown reception, and the dunk after the catch. Gonzalez with his first touchdown reception of the season.
He's tired. He's tired. Watch how he comes down to here, and then he'll come late, leaking to the outside. The play action, the roll. Watch how he does it. Relax, be patient. You see how he let the defense kind of roll back over there? He sucker punched him. All of a sudden, he snuck out of there and went to the flat. Nice job by Green to get him the ball.
Green has thrown his second touchdown pass today. Peterson's extra point is good. 4:22 to play in the third quarter, in the first touchdown pass reception this season by Tony Gonzalez, who had 9 last year. The Chiefs are on a roll, 35-13. Tony Gonzalez, who caps a long 75-yard drive for the Chiefs, almost 6 minutes on the third quarter clock. Gonzalez a big day, the Chiefs a big day. On top, 35-13. And Katana Carter inside the 20-yard line. The return runs into Andre O'Neal and others for the Chiefs on special teams up to the 34. 21-yard return. Timeout.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Tropicana Pure Premium Low Acid Orange Juice and by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Kevin Harlan, Craig James, Beasley Reese, Trent Green, and Tony Gonzalez. Green has thrown 2 touchdown passes today. One to Gonzalez moments ago. Now the Redskins come to the line with Tony Banks. 35-13, they trail the Chiefs. Walter Rasby, the tight end, repositions himself. A fake by Banks. He's got to get up to the 44. He gets a block from Steven Alexander, and then he is finally brought down by Marcus Patton, who spent 4 very good years here in Washington. A gain of 6 on the play. Monday on CBS, it's an all-new night of premieres, starting with King of Queens, followed by Yes Dear, Everybody Loves Raymond Becker with their season premiere, and Family Law. It's all here Monday on CBS. Second down and 4 for Tony Banks. First start for the Redskins after Jeff George was cut on Tuesday here in Washington. Stephen Davis, grabbed by Woods, spun down at the 42 for a gain of 2 yards on the run. To New York in our CBS studios and Jim Nance.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Midway third quarter, St. Louis puts together a 99-yard drive. Falk runs it in. He has scored the last 3 touchdowns of the game for the Rams. 28-10. Let's go back to Kevin and Craig.
All right, thank you, Jim. Of course, the NFL's last 2 MVPs on that team. Warner's thrown a touchdown pass, but as Jim just said, Marshall Falk has been ubiquitous.
That Rams offense working in Kansas City and St. Louis today.
Yes, it is. Third down and 1. Banks going deep, and he's got Gardner. With the coverage by Warfield, it's through his hands at the 13-yard line. It was there. It was right there.
Very nice pass, well thrown. Yeah, this is a hard ball to catch, but, you know, a young guy like him with his talent has to come up and make that play. He sticks with it. You got to focus. You know, and I know that, you know, Tony Banks has to be disappointed because he puts the ball right where it's supposed to be. He's looking for a play and a little support.
Brian Barker to punt.
Redskins at least are getting emotion out of the quarterback right now, right?
He's shaky, yes, and the flag is down. The flag has been thrown. It was a shank punt, and it was a hold on the Redskins. We've got Daniel Schneider right to us. And about halfway through that first half, we got it from left.
Number 26 of the kicking team. The penalty is declined. 1st and 10.
Ohalete was the guilty party. 24-yard punt for the Redskins, who trailed 35-13. Unless things change dramatically, the Redskins are looking at 0-3 to start the season. From the 33-yard line, first down and 10 for Trent Green. Play fake to Holmes, who ran into an official, so he goes outside the screen to Richardson. missed tackle by Terrell, a tackle by Shane Bailey as Tony Richardson runs it out for a 15-yard gain to the 48 and a Chiefs first down. Green has hit his last 8 in a row.
Tony Richardson's deceiving. I mean, you know, he's got that number 49 on him. If he didn't have a 49 and had like a 33 or 35 or something, I mean, he just looked, most people, when you look at what I'm trying to say, is you look at him, you think he's a fullback, just a fullback. But he's a shifty guy that can play football.
And he really kind of got his claim to fame as the blocking back when Marcus Allen was in Kansas City on short situations. He was the guy that would clear the way.
And 49's appropriate for that.
Very much so. He done it. He done it. Come on. Injury on the field right now. And Monday on CBS, the King of Queens surprises his wife with the birthday present she will never forget. You'll have to see it to believe it. The King of Queens, Monday on CBS.
Look at that face. Is that not a wise guy? Huh? Is that not, that give him a, I love it. The guy just, you look, some people you can just look at and you laugh. He's one of them.
Players still down for the Skins. We have this break. Let's go to New York and Jim Nance.
All right, thank you, Kevin. The Marshall Plan being applied today by the Rams. They drive 99 yards, Falk from a yard out. 3 straight touchdowns by Falk in this game, 28-10. St. Louis with a $1:31 to go third quarter. Back to Kevin and Craig.
Thank you, Jim. The Redskins losing here 35-13. Miami, Craig, had not allowed a rushing touchdown until today. They played 2 division champions. Week 1, Tennessee, and last week, Oakland.
Of that score, you know what I recognize? Jay Fiedler's a hot quarterback right now, one of the top in the NFL. The fact that Lovie Smith's defense, that Rams defense, in week 3 now proving that they are truly coming together as a unit. They have so many new faces in St. Louis. And that's bad news for the rest of the NFL. I would say for sure right now the St. Louis Rams are the best team in the NFL.
And getting up very slowly is Sean Barber. You know, LeVar Arrington was hurt last week, as was Marco Coleman. Now here is Sean Barber, a starter, and he is out. And so they've got Mitchell, Antonio Pierce, and Eddie Mason will take the place of Barber. So they are really decimated in that particular area of their defense.
Here's one of those stats that really grabs your attention. Trent Green, 7 of 8 on first downs, passing 126 yards. That's success.
A lot of success. Yes. 48-yard line, 1st and 10. End around to Derek Alexander. He's got a block ahead from Tate. He gets a block from Chris Thomas, and he gallops down to the Redskin 37-yard line. 15-yard gain, no reaction at all from the Redskin defense as the Chiefs continue to knife their way downfield. And let's go back to Jim Nance. A busy day in New York. Jim, take it away. That is shocking. They're trying to go to 3-0 to start the season. 1st and 10. Green dumps it down the sideline. Caught by the shifty Alexander. Elusively works his way inside the 25 into the 23 before he's brought down by David Terrell. A 14-yard gain on a play that looked like it may not produce 14 inches the way Green was running out of real estate on the side.
Green's messing with him right now.
Oh,
I mean, this is called toying with the defense. And they're not playing, you know, full speed right now over there. The effort's just not as strong as it should be with the Redskins defense. And they're only human. But this, again, this is the NFL, and you got to play every play.
Frank, the last 3 plays for the Chiefs, 15 yards, 15 yards, 14 yards. Now they're at the 23 with the 1st and 10. Richardson and Holmes in the backfield. Here comes Holmes. Blocked by Shields. Run out of bounds by Fred Smoot, a rookie, and a gain of 3 as Holmes adds to his total in the 3rd quarter. Clock at 41 seconds.
Go back and look at that, you know, talk about that New England-Buffalo game. I don't think anybody, I mean, New England and the Colts game.
Right.
Nobody thought the Colts would fall apart in New England. At least I did. And I didn't hear anybody else out there jumping on New England bandwagon.
Remember, the Patriots are playing without Drew Bledsoe. Tom Brady making his first career start today. And so many things in that game pointing to the Colts. 2nd down and 7 from the 20. The Green handoff with the block by Richardson, and Holmes gaining 5 and diving near the 15-yard line to close our 3rd quarter. 143 yards on the ground for Priest Holmes. 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground and 1 through the air. It's been all Kansas City, 35-13. We're back at FedEx Field in Landover. Kevin Harlan, Greg James, Beasley Reese, our entire CBS crew. Trent Green has hit his last 9 passes. He is 17 of 20. Priest Holmes has run with free will today, wherever he's wanted. You can see the Chiefs' success on 3rd down today. And they've got it now. 3rd down and 2 from the Redskin 15. The fake to Richardson. And a pass by Green to the end zone overshoots his tight end, Jason Dunn, who was shadowed by David Terrell. 4th down. Redskin defense holds him out of the end zone. The Chiefs will try for 3.
Yeah, I think, you know what, he's going to be disappointed here because I think Trent forced something here. He's trying to go deep to Dunn when, in fact, the guy that was really open on this particular play was Tony Gonzalez because he leaked back out to the flat with a linebacker covering him. They had a Gonzalez on a linebacker, and that's just not going to work.
Peterson will try from 33 yards. He's missed a couple, 2 of 4 this season. Holding will be Dan Straczynski. Kendall Gammon will have the snap. And the Chiefs put 3 more on the board. 14:51 to play in the 4th. 38-13, Kansas City. And the kickoff by Peterson after his field goal of 33 yards. And that will go in and out of the end zone. So a good kickoff by Peterson. No return. Out to the 20-yard line. Let's check in. A guy marshaling the sidelines for us today, Beasley Reese.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. The Redskins defense, their problems continue. Sean Barber, number 59, is a 4th-year man out of Richmond. He injured his ligament on his right knee. They're going to hold him out for evaluation. He probably will not return. Back to you.
Thank you.
You heard Deion Sanders on the NFL Today talk about how the Redskins pretty much gave up in that 4th quarter. They gave up 27-0, and that's an indication this is what they'll look at today. Here's the 4th quarter.
From the 21st and 10, Davis in the backfield. Banks outside to Davis. Whacked and drilled by Lou Bush, who loses a hat. Gain of 3 on the play, up to the 23-yard line. 2nd down and 7.
That makes you have to rethink now the AFC West. Because I do believe the Chiefs are a better football team than most people believe.
Well, San Diego's better than a lot of people thought. And St. Louis is right where a lot of people thought. Their club in Miami, 28-10. Marshall Faulk, 3 touchdowns.
Oh,
New England, 36-7.
Oh, man.
With Bledsoe out and Tom Brady, a second-year quarterback, making his first career start. Flags go down, as you can see. Steelers losing week 1 in Jacksonville. Off last week. They've been off for 21 days.
Giants are a good team.
Yes.
Giants are good. And New Orleans doesn't mean they're a bad team, but they've been off for a while.
Yeah.
You know, that layoff that they had is probably hurting them right now.
You know, the Vikings supposedly in disarray coming into today, having a fight with the Buccaneers.
At least it looks like Culpepper showed up today.
Yeah.
At least they're in the game.
Green Bay's for real. They're going to go to 3-0. Brett Favre's
for real.
Gosh. MVP type season. He and Flutie right now, the 2 best quarterbacks in the league. 2nd down, 12. Back at the 18 with the penalty. Banks. Pocket crumbles. The pass is away, and it's incomplete. Throwing him back of receiver Kevin Lockett. And Banks took a whipping. Banks today, 9 of 20.
Here's the difference, though. I mean, you know, when you talk about the hit that he took right there, when he lets go of the football, Jeff George has been looking at the tackles blocks. He's been worried about what's happening on the outside and not seeing downfield. At least on this play here, Tony stood in there and tried to deliver the ball to the open receiver. He got hit, disrupted, but at least he stood there and tried.
He's a tough kid. 3rd and 12 from the 18. Moving up giftily is Banks, and underthrows his receiver, Rod Gardner. Slides at about the 36-yard line. And again, Banks has to peel himself off the field. Redskins again have got a punt. Trailing 38-13.
And Rod Gardner's got a case of where he needs to get the focus going, too. Balls that touch his hands, he's got to come up and make those plays. That's why they brought him here.
I'll say this. This is a heck of a stadium. This is a beautiful, beautiful stadium. Much like Arrowhead in Kansas City, actually. Food's there, too. Food is very good here. Run by Barker. Hall back to the 27. Chased by Johnson. Great block by Williams. Hall still on his feet. Running the other way. And finally brought down by Keith Lyle at the 37-yard line. 54-yard punt, 9-yard return. Chiefs, 38-13.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bella Sera Pinot Grigio. It's going to be a beautiful evening. It's going to be a Bella Sera. Staples has everything you need for your business at great low prices. And by Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular.
Redskins, Bruce Smith is out of the game. You can see him right there at the bottom of your screen. Chiefs begin it. First and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Trent Green remains in there. And a quick throw outside. That's dropped. Chris Thomas, incomplete. Second down and 10. Chiefs have had great success. There should be a field goal right at the very top, as you see. If we can invert that and see what they've done. But, yeah, they've scored every time they've had the last 6.
But look at the length, 70, 64, 77. I mean those are long, sustaining drives. Lots of plays in there. And this one here, 3 plays. I think that was the one that's going to haunt
before halftime.
Right before halftime. That 3-play, 70-yard drive.
Second down, 10 from the 37. Take the Holmes. The ex-Redskin quarterback Green goes downfield, and a smooth catch made at the 41-yard line by Derek Alexander, hit by David Terrell, gain of 22 yards, another Chiefs first down.
Derek just works his way across the void. I really, really like the way Gonzalez and Alexander find the seams in the pockets. There's a void over there. Watch his lower part of his legs. That says, I know my feet are getting ready to get hit by a free safety. That's the awareness of being on a field, a player knowing where he is, knowing where the pocket is.
3 catches, 48 yards for Alexander today. At the Redskin 41, Green in the gun. First down and 10. Here comes the rush. They set up the screen. Caught by Holmes. Blocked by Shields. The elusive and very tricky Priest Holmes running through the defense. Spinning to the 10. Sensational work by Priest Holmes. After a short pass by Green. A 31-yard gain. One missed tackle after another for the Redskins. And that's the kind of face you got if you're the owner and displeased at what you're seeing from your team.
And you know what? They're going to come from the corner. They're coming from the outside over here off the side. He's going to sneak in right behind them. They've got to have pursuit. Get to the football. Okay, so the Chiefs guess right on this play. The Redskins guess wrong. But what you look at it as a coaching staff is how many bodies get to the football. How many people get to it? And not many there that time.
First and goal from the 10. And the handoff goes to Richardson. And spun down, Kevin Mitchell. No gain on the play. Second down and goal. Well, this has got to be a very trying time for this organization. The hopes were high. They were 8-8 last year. Schottenheimer's track record would tell you that he would have success, if not this year, soon. But soon sometimes isn't soon enough for the people that buy the tickets, sit in the seats, and own the team.
I think this all started last year for Snyder. I mean, Snyder last year put together a team that they thought would have success. It didn't happen. And I think the dismantling is going to continue here for a while until they get to the players that they really want with Schottenheimer.
Second goal, they flip it over the defense of Wilkinson. It's caught by the fullback, Richardson, who takes it out of bounds at the 3, gain of 7. That was such a nice pass by Green right over a very tall defensive lineman, Wilkinson. And again, the patience he has exuded all day, very evident on that play.
And, you know, can he get out there? Can that linebacker get out there to be with him? Right now, he's not. Again, they're so focused on the inside with Tony Gonzalez that Richardson on the outside makes a nice play. Vermeil told us in our meetings, he said he couldn't speak highly enough about Richardson and said he might be the best fullback, probably is the best fullback in football.
As good as I've seen this year.
Yeah.
From the 3, third and goal. Richardson in the backfield. Green hit, gets away, escapes to the end zone. Wide open touchdown. And caught by Chris Thomas, his first career touchdown reception. He's played for the Redskins in the late 90s, for the 49ers, NFL Europe, and he makes a great reception there, his first career TD.
He was open the whole time. Nobody ever covered him. He was open from the beginning And at the end of the play, nobody ever went with him. Green and Smoot down at the bottom of the field didn't come off. He was open the whole time.
Trent Green has thrown 3 touchdown passes. Thomas with his first ever in the NFL. 45-13 Kansas City. What a day for the Kansas City Chiefs. Trent Green, Priest Holmes, everybody. They've looked magnificent. Chris Thomas in there someplace. He got his touchdown moments ago. We may see a new quarterback for the Chiefs. That'd be Todd Collins. If we do, he'll be taking his first snaps in 3 years in an NFL game. 6 plays, 63 yards in that drive by the Chiefs. Green is thrown for over 300 yards. And the kickoff by Bates inside two Bates inside the 10. There's the tackle of Williams. Gets a block by Thompson. Gets by the kicker. Peterson finally grabbed from behind by Jason Belzer at the 49, a 40-yard return. Beasley Reese to you downstairs.
All right, thanks a lot, buddy. You know, standing here on the sideline, you see from the Redskins poor tackling, a real lack of effort. You know, Marty Schottenheimer runs a very structured organization. These players have seat assignments on airplanes. The coaches decide who's going to be your roommate on the road. He's got to get players who think and accept that level of organization and coordination. So expect a lot of different players to come into this Redskin organization as Marty starts to turn it around back upstairs.
Yeah, we were talking about that eating cheeseburgers yesterday, Beasley, how you played underneath and he coached you, and you know what it takes to be successful, and that hard work ethic is some teams are used to it, they'll take it, other teams aren't, and I don't think that Marty has a whole bus full of these guys yet.
Dwayne Clemens gets his first sack of the season and throws Banks for a loss. You know, the thing is that Marty Schottenheimer has won wherever he's gone. He won in Cleveland, he won in Kansas City. So his methods are proven. Some of these players, they're not, I mean, very few of them have been to a Super Bowl. Bruce Smith, Darrell Green, you know, I mean, and he hasn't been to a Super Bowl, but he has won in the past, 2nd down and 19. And that is caught by the rookie Rod Gardner, brought down by Marcus Patton at the 45-yard line. Patriots continuing to roll. Looks like Pittsburgh may record their first win of the season. The Giants trying to hold on against the New Orleans Saints.
Look at Ron Dane, 11 carries, 75 yards.
You know, when you look at Schottenheimer, Craig, I mean, there are a lot of things that went into his hiring, and his track record, like I said, is a proven one.
Well, they certainly didn't bring in a guy here who was soft, and he's going to prove that out. He's going to earn his money over the next year or two.
3rd and 11. And Banks downfield incomplete, almost picked off. Patton had a hand on it, and Barty was right there as Banks threw into, I think, triple coverage. Incomplete pass. 4th down, the Redskins will punt. Follow all the games on the NFL.com website. And after the games, get in-depth analysis and recap from the experts only at NFL.com or AOL keyword NFL.com. But I've got to imagine the morale on the Redskins is as low. If it didn't get any lower, Green Bay, we have seen it at its true lowest today.
Kevin, I don't think they recovered from Monday night. And then they had the Jeff George release on Wednesday. They tried to act like that wasn't a big deal. But I just don't think that these guys ever recovered emotionally and were ready to play here.
Good punt by Barker, and that is the snapper, Ethan Albright, who downs it at about the 1 after the 52-yard punt.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, and scooters. And by CDW, computing solutions built for business.
$45-13 is the score with the Chiefs. Bringing in a new quarterback, Todd Collins. Last with Buffalo. Hasn't played in 3 years. And here he comes for the first time in a long time, stranded at his own 4. And the handoff goes to Priest Holmes. He shoots through at the tackle was Kevin Mitchell. Loss of a couple on the play. What a day for Trent Green. Over 300 yards for the 6th time in his career. He started here back in '98. Played from '95 to '98, then left here and went to St. Louis. He's a big-time free agent. Big-time numbers today for Trent Green.
That's a high completion rate right there. And that's what he seemed confident. Dick Vermeil and Trent said in our meetings last night how good a practice they had on Thursday. They were upbeat. They were flying around. They were physical, and they were ready to play. He said he didn't even think that a ball hit the ground in practice on Thursday. He completed everything.
And the handoff to Tony Richardson, trying to dig him out of the hole. 3-yard gain. And they marked that at the 5.
Dick Vermeil is just when you sit around him and you talk, you sit around Marty Schottenheimer and talk, you get a real feel for the history of the game. And you were talking about I'd have hired Marty Schottenheimer. I think that was a good hire. I do too. I mean, these guys understand what it takes to win in the NFL. I will say this though, it takes a different type of personality for every team. Just because you do it one place doesn't mean you can do it another place.
Yeah, I think that's what he's facing right now. Every story has two sides. 3rd and 9. First pass in 3 years is caught by Michael Ricks, the former San Diego wide receiver, galloping to the 30-yard line. Knocked out of bounds at the 31. Antonio Pierce with the stop. It's a gain of 26 yards on 3rd down and 9. And now some real breathing space for the Chiefs. Through next week, we'll travel to Denver. What a great game that will be at the brand new football stadium there.
I tell you what, Denver I'd say is a loss. Pittsburgh's a win. Arizona's a win. The Colts might be a win. And you start looking at their schedule, and based on the offensive performance today, you're going to be surprised at all this team reeled off a lot of wins.
On 1st and 10, the handoff to Richardson, who picks up 3, 6.5 to play. He had a good win for Dick Vermeil today. The Redskins, who had never started a season 0-2, will now go to 0-3. Kansas City will go to 1-2, and very much alive with a confidence-building win here today against the Redskins. The Chiefs have over 500 yards of offense, facing 2nd and 7 from the 34. Allen sets, hits and throws to Ricks. Was grabbed and brought down on the play by Sam Shade, gain of 4.
Yeah, he'd just go and take a stab on it. I'd say they'd lose here. That's a W. That's a W. Let's go ahead and say this here at home. All right, at San Diego, I'm going to call that a loss. At the Jets, let's call that a W. Yeah, we'll call that a tie. Yeah, that's a tie. Okay, they win here in the bye week, and Seattle's a win. So you're talking about 1, 2 for sure losses that I have on there, And who knows what's going to happen, but this is a team Vermeil likes. If he likes them now, coming out of this ball game, the confidence they'll have will be tremendous, and that their work ethic and all the success they've had here today will propel them into their next ball game. You buy any of that?
Think about it. Chiefs have called a timeout. I'll call a timeout too. How's that sound? Okay. And tell you about tonight on CBS. How's that sound?
You got it.
60 minutes. How prepared are we for a biological or chemical attack? The man who briefs the president brief you. That on 60 Minutes. Followed by Academy Award winner Richard Dreyfuss and The Education of Max Bickford. Then Brian Dennehy and Mary Stuart Masterson. Star in the world premiere mystery Ed McBain's Three Blind Mice. All here. All tonight, Sunday on CBS. I think it is so hard to sit here and judge what's going to happen. And the reason why I say that, who would have thought that today the New England Patriots, with the first-time starting quarterback, would steamroll one of the hottest teams in the NFL, the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, shred them.
Well, everybody in the NFL now, all the coaches will use that game as an example of what happens if you don't show up and prepare to play.
38-yard line, 3rd and 3. Here comes Collins, gets the first down as he crosses the 41 and then tumbles ahead to the 44. Gain of 7 on 3rd and 3. Todd Collins was the heir apparent to Jim Kelly in Buffalo.
I think, you know, this one here, he's maybe a little forgotten how to slide, you think? Huh?
He hasn't played in
You
so
know, he
long.
hasn't played in so long here. You know, you can go down, it goes head first on this thing here. That's a bell ringer. Yeah, he was the heir apparent there in Buffalo. Talked to him early on in his career. There were a lot, I think, of high expectations for him. I think he expected to have a bigger career than he's had.
1st and 10. Richardson outside. Hopping over the fallen defender, Sam Shade. Running to the sideline. Whacked by David Terrell and Mitchell and Eddie Mason. And a loss of a yard on the play, bringing up 2nd down and 11. This stadium is almost empty.
Be a quick getaway for us.
37-13 Patriots. Pittsburgh's going to win their first game of the season. As you see the scores in the upper left-hand corner. Giants on top of New Orleans. And I don't know about the Vikings. They go 0-3 with everything that has happened to that team. Who knows?
I'll tell you what I don't know about is that Tampa Bay offense not scoring more points.
2nd and 11 pass is thrown and completed to the 47-yard line to Michael Ricks, who has caught 3 passes on this drive. And gets a shy of a first down by about a yard. 3rd and about 1. And that is an incomplete pass as they go to Larry Parker. And now the Chiefs will punt. Coming up next, Baltimore and Denver. Right there you have winners of 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls. Baltimore losing to Cincinnati last week. Denver beat Arizona. Denver's got the number 2 offense in the NFL. Baltimore in the top 5 defenses in the NFL. And the Chiefs have got a punt. Straczynski. Got by Robert Jones, who is coming out. He's going to block it, bobbling it, reeling it in, and then brought down by some nice coverage. Gary Stills, 38-yard punt. Well, the Redskins go to the Giants next week, and that'll be tough in New York. Then to Dallas. Cowboys play a night game against Philadelphia.
Let me go ahead and tell you there, I just cover them all. You know, Dallas game will be a big game for them. This team, they will eventually, somewhere here on the bottom part of the schedule, they'll start figuring out what Marty's looking for. And that's when the real test for him, I think, as a coach and his coaching staff comes through. You know, can you bring them along, and at what point in the season are they believing in what you're doing?
6-yard line, 1st and 10 for Tony Banks and the Skins. And a pass. Wow. Tight end was out there, Stephen Alexander. Wasn't even looking. And I am assuming, because Banks knows so little of the playbook, that may have been Banks' mistake.
Right there. He's going to come to the inside. The plays there. Look how far off they're playing him. That's a dead giveaway right now that you're probably one of the guys they're going to come to. Whack.
Banks 10 of 24.
I didn't see a back going out there for him to be going to block anybody like it might be a little screen or something.
2nd and 10. Stephen Davis grabbed by Rich Owens and brought down at the 10, gain of 4.
I think I'd give Banks a grading today. B minus, considering he didn't know anything and he had some success and had a lot of drops. I mean, Kevin, I really thought this guy was going to stink up the place today. And you can't put the blame on Tony Banks today for the Redskins' loss.
Well, he threw a touchdown pass. He had a couple that were reviewed in the end zone. Disallowed. 3rd down and 6. Banks on the money and fouled and dropped by Kevin Lockett. And had he held on with his speed, he may have flown.
You know what? Another drop pass. But I don't even think that I'm saying that Tony Banks is the quarterback of the future here. I'm not saying that yet. I'm not on that bandwagon. But I am saying that he did play a good game for him today. His 4th straight 3 and out, though, offensively. And it's not just him. It's that unit.
Yep. Parker to punt. Dante Hall is deep back. waving it off and out of bounds. It kicks at the 45-yard line. You've not been too impressed with Barker's punting today.
Or Monday night against the Packers.
Yeah.
It's back-to-back bad games for him.
There's a 35-yard punt. Tonight on 60 Minutes, how prepared are we for a biological or chemical attack? Let the man who briefs the president brief you tonight on 60 Minutes.
Marty told Beasley after halftime coming out of the tunnel, you know, Beasley, it's not about X's and O's. It's about courage and heart. And I hear a lot of people right now screaming at Dan Snyder, Marty Schottenheimer about this and that, but it really isn't about X's and O's at this point.
Collins hands off. Holmes who fumbles the ball, and the Chiefs recover, and diving on the ball on that line was Willie Jones. Now, Willie is 6'6", 355 pounds, so when he jumps on the ball, there's a chance you're not going to see it. We're at the 2-minute warning. Most of you will see Baltimore, Denver, and our friends up in the Pacific Northwest will watch Seattle and Oakland. Coming up next, second down and 5. Marty Schottenheimer has never started 0-3 as a head coach in the NFL. But he will today with the loss to the Chiefs as Priest Holmes picks up a yard and is eventually brought down by Tyrone Williams. Redskins have started 0-3. In fact, they were 0-7 when Norv Turner was here back in 1998.
He had a strong finish that year.
Yes, he did, yeah. That's the year Trent Green started for. And Green won 6 of the last 10. But Schottenheimer has never started 0-3. Here's Trent.
Nice guy.
Very nice guy, and there are high hopes in Kansas City for this team with him as their quarterback, 3rd and 4. Holmes doesn't find much, and he is devoured inside by Jerry DeLoach. And Kevin Mitchell again getting off the bottom of the punt. So in the NFL today, we're going to take you around the league very quickly right here and show you that St. Louis is beating Miami handily.
Yeah, beaten is a nice word.
And the Patriots are doing the same to the Colts. I never in a million years would have guessed that.
This is Slobber Knocker Sunday. There's a lot of big scores, you know it?
Pittsburgh is going to get their first win. Big day for Jerome Bettis, over 100 yards.
And they've got a good defense, too.
Giants are holding on. You mentioned Ron Dane earlier.
I'm one of the guys in Dane's camp. I believe Ron Dane will be a good runner in this league.
Culpepper with some good numbers, but not a lot of points. And Green Bay, who beat this Redskin team last week 37-0, beating Carolina, and they'll go to 3-0 in the Central Division.
Usually Carolina, George Seifert has his team ready for a challenge for Green Bay after a short week Monday night. I just showed you how explosive and powerful Green Bay's team is.
Well, 30 seconds remain. It's 45-13. The Redskins in 3 games have scored 16 points. Their defense has given up 112.
It's a lot better average than they had coming in.
4th down. Holmes runs it outside and then is down at about the 40-yard line after a gain of 3. Hit brought down by Fred Smoot. Mike White over there with a congratulatory hug for Dick Vermeil, and the Redskins have been outscored, as we just said, 112-16 this season. Redskins take over with Banks at the 41-yard line. They've got 3 timeouts and 23 seconds on the 4th quarter clock. With time and fires a pass, which is caught by Kevin Lockett and inbounds at the 38, gain of 21. Clock stopped at 17 seconds.
I got to share this stat with you. It's something that just, to me, is remarkable, and I think a telling stat. Going into this series here, the Redskins offense had been held without a first down on 23 out of 36 possessions.
38-yard line of the Chiefs. 1st and 10 for Banks. Winding up, going deep. That is intercepted. Picked off by Greg Wesley of Kansas City as he weaves his way through traffic. And Wesley has his first interception this season. He had 2 last year, coming off a 12-tackle performance against the Giants. Greg Wesley's in his 2nd year, and some think the steal of the 2000 draft. He's been a starter since his rookie campaign. A 29-yard return, the first turnover today for the Redskins.
Yeah, he's sitting in the middle of the field, and Stephen Alexander was running down the pipe. I thought he just tried to force this thing in there. But, you know, again, Wesley does a nice job of reading his eyes, and Banks was giving it away from the beginning of the snap where he was going with the ball, and he took his feet over there and made the interception.
Coming into today, the Chiefs had lost 5 consecutive road games dating back to last year, but they changed it today with a convincing 45-13 win over the Washington Redskins, who now go to 0-3 on the season. Dick Vermeil's Chiefs alive and well at 1-2, and as the two embrace. It's been a tough couple weeks for Marty Schottenheimer. His mom passing away late last week, so there have been many things both on the field and off for the head coach of the Redskins. Big day for Tony Gonzalez, a touchdown reception, and the Chiefs win it today by a convincing 45-13 count.
Well, I think we had what all the questions were answered in this one here. Tony Banks came in, the offense, and the Redskins still searching, which we said early on they were looking for something. The Chiefs felt like they had something, and they proved it. They told us what they were going to do, and they went on the field, and they did exactly what we thought they would do.
Trent Green over 300 yards passing today. And there's an interesting shot because there's Dick Vermeil hugging Tony Banks, and Vermeil drafted Banks in St. Louis while the Rams head coach. And now for Beasley Reese and Craig James. Kevin Harlan saying so long from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, where Jim Nantz, the Chiefs today, pounded the Redskins 45-13.
Everybody, Jim Nantz and company, welcome to the NFL Today from our studios here in New York. Mike Ditka, Randy Cross, and Jerry Glanville. Finals coming in from all across the country. Plus, we have next for you Baltimore against Denver for most of the country. The champs against the Broncos. The Broncos knocked out last year in the playoffs by the Ravens in the wild card round. The rematch coming up shortly here on CBS. Some will see Seattle, Oakland, Cincinnati, San Diego, or Cleveland against Jacksonville. Let's run through the scores, beginning with Miami against that vaunted Dolphins defense. 440 yards gained by the Rams today. And Warner threw for 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards passing. Patriots stunning the Colts here. Just a minute, 10 seconds to go. Brady starts at quarterback. Error-free performance, big rushing performance. Antoine Smith and Manning just miserable today. Picked twice, 3 times overall. 2 of his picks run back for touchdowns. Pittsburgh posts his first win of the season. Beating the Bills as Rob Johnson had just no chance back there. Defenseless again and no running attack as Buffalo falls to 0-3. We'll continue on the NFL Today here on CBS in just a moment. Stay with us. Back on the NFL Today, the Giants lead the Saints now 14-10. New Orleans just got in the end zone for the first time. An Aaron Brooks touchdown pass to Willie Jackson midway through the 4th quarter. How about Ron Dayne's performance, though, in this one?
Unbelievable. They took it right to him. They thrust the football. And they did everything that, I mean, actually, the Giants did everything we thought the New Orleans would do early in the game. They rushed the ball, played defense.
Saints looked like they had executed the perfect onside kick a moment ago, but the Giants recovered. The kicker couldn't recover his on kick there. He had a beautiful execution, it looked like, except for the recovery. Meanwhile, Minnesota has taken the lead in the final minute against Tampa Bay. Jerry, this has been back and forth. The Vikings now ahead 20-16.
And it's all Dante Cole.